I don't have. Thank you, Pu'uwai Aloha, for helping me. So we are here. You can hear my darling Evelyn. Hello, sweetheart. So we just want to welcome, and I'm gonna just say my name. I know that you know me, those who are on, but for our recording, when we start to share, my name is Gail, and this is Simply for Health. And our whole vision is to create a community of wellness and help others to live a bit healthier, start off where they're at, and then live healthier as we go along. And then also our mission is to see Saladmaster into every household. So we've been taking testimonies, and I've been looking some up, and I really like to read some of these. And then if you post a testimony on our Facebook page, I would really love that. And for those who are willing to really tell a little story about their experience with Saladmaster on the page, we'll have a drawing at the end. Not tonight, but when Pu'uwai comes back to work. But we'll have a drawing and just put everybody in the pot. You won't go by what the testimony is, but just put everybody in the pot, and we'll have a nice gift that we'll give up for all those that participate. So this story is actually comes from Saladmaster, and it's our spirit of our customers. And this is from My Hay, and it says, to Saladmaster, less time cooking, more family time. My family is the most important thing to me, so it's no surprise that I only want the best for them. Saladmaster is one of my best investments. Being a healthcare provider, a wife, a mother of 3 children, and working full-time, my job seems endless, but I never allow myself to let my family adapt to the fast food way of life. I love to cook, and before owning Saladmaster, I remember the amount of work and time I spent in preparing our meals and cleaning afterwards. Now with Saladmaster, I spend less time preparing, cooking, and the food is delicious and nutritious, and I have more time to spend with my family. The kids love to help cook and eat their vegetables too. That's nice. That's wonderful. Saladmaster has the quality that we can trust, and it's something that I definitely see passing down from generation to generation in our family. As it did with my husband's family for 30 years, I care about my family and their health, and cooking with Saladmaster is the best thing that I can do for them. Aw, that's really beautiful. So the best word or the best form of advertising is always the word of mouth. It's referral. It's not, we don't want to hard sell anybody. It's really just telling your experience with Saladmaster and sharing with others. That's the best. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna start. I am using turkey tonight. Okay, now normally when you do kimchi soup, most of the time, people use pork. And if I do have pork, it's caught locally. And also Island Naturals has some really good pork in there if you want to get that. But I'm just using turkey tonight. I've been trying to stay away from pork, and I'm just doing an alternative for those who want to try. Now, I bought the pork, and the baga is still frozen because guess what? I left it on the Saladmaster. But it's okay because it's going to be fast anyway. We're going to use our wonderful 6-quart 6-quart Dutch oven. Yeah. So as you can see, I don't have my handles. I'm going to click them on now, because actually when I start this, I am going to put my pork in, and I'm going to have to stir it more because it's partially frozen. So I'm going to wash my hands. One moment, please. And I'm not gonna use, actually, I'm just gonna use a little bit of broth instead of oil. This turkey doesn't have as much fat. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a little broth, and in this broth, I'm using veggie broth. And I'm gonna pour the whole thing in, but what I'm gonna do, we have some garlic. I do believe Pu'uvai did put the recipe on. This is our recipe or her recipe. That I think we all kind of do the same thing, except they usually use pork. So I'm gonna actually, we have garlic, sorry, onion, long rice, and enoki mushrooms, okay? So I put some broth in there. I'm gonna put our garlic. I minced it up with my wonderful Saladmaster knife. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in. We're just gonna let it. So if you're used to sauteing it in oil, that's great, but we can also do it in broth, just to let you know. Okay, so I'm gonna let that just simmer for just a little bit. And meanwhile, I'm gonna bring my machine closer. Move my knife away. And move my salad machine closer. So you can see what I'm doing. Okay, right here. Move this bowl away. Using my glasses are falling down. Let's see. So I have a nice small onion here, and we're gonna cut our onion. So I'll get a little bowl. I think I am using most of the bowls here.
Hi, did you put the turkey in already and ground it?
No, my dear, I'm gonna put it in. I'm going to put it in the garlic.
All righty.
All right. Yeah. So I have our mixing bowls here. I'm going to use the largest one. And I'm going to actually put our turkey in. So as you can see, it's very frozen. Oh my goodness. Do not leave it in your Saladmaster bowl or your Saladmaster pot. And because it won't defrost. Okay. Anyway, I'm just putting it inside of the pot. I'll show you since we don't have the other camera tonight. And I'm just gonna let it simmer. Now it's better to put the cover on when it's frozen. Okay. One more time. Wash my hands. And we're gonna cut our onion and then go ahead and put it. So don't forget to put your top very secure on your hopper, okay? Sorry, I forgot my blades over here. So we're gonna use the #2 blade. I know you guys know, but just for purposes, I'm gonna just say how many blades we have. So we have 5 blades. 1, 2, and 3 are julienne cuts. 1, 2, 3 being the largest. 4 is the slicer, 5 is the waffle. So today we're actually using the #2 blade, okay? Right here. All righty. Maybe just a little bit more this way. Okay. Take our onion and grate. Sorry, my darling. We have someone in the office. Let me move this. She can't see a thing. Let's move this over. Wonderful. Okay. Now, if you don't want to cry, don't talk while you're cutting your onions. We were told if we can be quiet while we're doing our vegetables. But one thing about our machine, it makes it pretty quick. So our crying time is a lot less. Really easy to do. Okay, so we're just gonna put our onion into our pot. Seriously, this is like a 20-minute dish, like 20, well, yes, especially if your turkey's not frozen, but it's a 20-minute dish. We're not going to use this, so I'm going to put it on the side. Like if you want something quick and easy, this is one of those to do. So I'm going to bring this back closer. You can already see it's nice and hot. And so because it's frozen, I have to stir. Normally, I would have broke this all up on the bottom and just let it simmer and not have to stir so much. But we don't want it in big chunks. So we want to kind of break it up into nice small chunks. And I'll show you in just a bit. But I'm going to just show you how defrosted it already is. We're halfway there. So pretty fast. So we can put our onion in there, no problem. Okay. Let it simmer with it. We're not adding any extra salt or pepper to this dish at all. And that's because we're using the kimchi base. I forgot to get ready, but I will get it ready. Okay. And we're just gonna let that simmer just for a little bit longer. Now, on the mushrooms, I just wanted to let you know. I use my hand here. I went and touched my glasses. I'll put some gloves on. They're falling off my face tonight. So now, I don't know if you ever seen these mushrooms, but they come in a big clump and they come pretty thick together and they're stuck together. Now, if you want to put it in your kimchi soup like that, it's fine. But I find for me that they're a bit chewy sometimes. And so I like to break it apart just so it makes it easier for you to eat. So I started to break them apart earlier to make them nice and easier to eat, not so chewy. You see how thick that is? That's just my preference. But if you don't want to and you like that, you know, you're welcome to keep it like that. No problem. Yeah, we did cut the very bottom, but we didn't waste very much of it. These are like, they're expensive, so you don't really want to do too much for it. I mean, cut off too much of it. It's like broccoli. You know how heavy it is and how expensive it is. It's like you don't want to waste anything on your broccoli. And that's why I use the machine to cut the bottoms really, really small and use it for like lasagna or cauliflower rice, just so you're not wasting the weight. Yeah, so I'm just gonna grab my kimchi. I cheated this time. And the reason is I ate all of Estelle's one she gave me. So you were fortunate to try my daughter Estelle's kimchi. Yum, yum. You were very fortunate. But I love her kimchi too. So I ran out for my kimchi dish. So I got some. I was in Costco yesterday, went shopping. Ouch. Very painful day. Spent way more than I should have. I kind of looked at my bags in the back and I went, oh my goodness, what did I buy? And then my daughter, Estelle, goes, I don't know, Mom. Let me look at your receipt. She goes, oh, you bought all expensive stuff. And because I'm so big into organic and well-made products. So you pay the price, but I know that in the long run, it will last a while. So I'm gonna just kind of show you what's going on here. It's almost there. All righty, little bit more. And remember, we don't even have it on high, and we could probably go a little bit up, but we have it on a medium low. As long as I know that this isn't up and all the moisture escaping, I'm happy. And if it clicks once in a while, it's good. So meanwhile, just to let you know, I think I forgot to tell you that I have been soaking my long rice. So I'm going to empty out the water. And it all depends how much long rice you want. So you want to pre-soak it, because when you throw it in, you don't want to leave it in there very long, because otherwise they'll absorb all of the liquid. So you don't want to, you want to make sure that you soak it before, okay? Less time. So let's break the seal on this. Okay, let's check this again. Oh yes, we have action, guys. All done. Did anybody time me? It's been very long. So if you tell me you cannot make dinner, I'm going to tell you, you lie, because even from frozen, you can make your dinner. I think it's been less than 10 minutes that we've been doing this. So anyway, cooking our turkey. So it's almost done. I'm going to just close it for like 2:45. That fast. Not very long, promise. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just throw all of our broth inside one whole container, which is, unless you're making your own vegetable broth, this is about 32 ounces, okay? I just want to remind you too that you can make your own broth, especially vegetable broth. I mean, even your own chicken broth and pretty much anything, but the vegetable broth is super easy, because if you're trimming the ends of your vegetables, save them. I know that Pu'uvai saves them, puts them in a bag, and then she has one of the pots that has the strainer, the inset on the 8.5 and the 10 quart and the 7. It fits in those sizes. And we don't have them anymore, but she has that strainer, and what she does, for those of you that did get it, I know that I have 2 in my office left. It's a discontinued item. It's one of my favorite pieces, only because you can blanch too. So if I'm doing like warabi salad, or I just want to, what else do I blanch? I'm trying to think. When I make somen salad, I'll boil in one pot, cool in the ice in another pot. So I really use my baskets quite a bit, and I really love them. So anyway, I know this is done. Yep, all done. So we're gonna throw all of this in, all of our vegetable broth. So like I said, you can boil your own vegetable stock, save yourself some money. Okay, and we're going to put in some kimchi. Now, this is totally up to you how much you want, because some of you like hot, some of you don't. Yeah, so this is totally up to you. I like it picas. Just put according to what you put your meat. If you don't want to have meat, you can make this vegan by all means, no meat at all. Okay, I'm gonna see if this has any juice in here, my lord. I guess not. Sometimes I like the juice from the kimchi. This one doesn't have too much, so I'll just put some more. Okay, so I'm gonna just stir it around. Let me see if I want to put more or not. Ooh, I think that's good. Okay, we're just gonna simmer it for a little bit. I'm gonna add my long rice. Okay. That looks good. Close this up. Add some mushrooms on the top. I'm going to, sorry guys, I forgot one thing. I'm gonna let this simmer real quick because I don't want to throw it in anyway right away. I'm going to get some tofu. One moment. Enoki. Alrighty. Rinse it off. I have some nice firm tofu. I rinsed it off. It's a medium, it's about a medium firm. For those of you that don't do any soy products, you don't want to put tofu, that's absolutely fine. We're gonna just slide our knife through the center all the way through and then chop. Chop. My poor friend over here, Jen, can't see a thing. Okay, chop. Chop. And then turn your board. So nice little cubes. And honestly, because I don't want them to break up, I just add them to when I put it in my bowl. Yeah, so nice, oopsie, nice. And just cube, just to let you know. So this is about the size that we have, right? Just nice cubes. Alrighty, so leave that there. Now, just a heads up. Whenever you're eating soup, I tell you, the best bowl to own, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything here, but the best bowl to own is this little tiny bowl right here. Because when you put your miso soup or your chicken noodle soup or your kimchi soup in here, you don't burn your hands. And that's what I love, love, love about these bowls. These double-walled bowls are the bomb. If you like ice cream, it doesn't melt. So I remember this one guy coming in, a his and hers. They like ice cream every evening, so they bought a his and hers bowl for their ice cream. Really cute. I'm gonna double check. Nope. So I'm gonna bring this up to nice boil, a little bit faster, and just let it simmer. And we're done. Oh, pow. So how fast was that, right? I don't even know what time it is. Let me click. 30 minutes. And we was talking 10 minutes, I think, before we even started cooking. So the reality is, oh yes, thank you, Puvai. You're right, I got it ready. I forgot the green onions. Thank God for team members. I tell you, we work as a team. Yeah, so you want to also top it off with some nice green onions. But really, my life is always making sure that people can have a 30-minute meal every day. Life gets busy and we make excuses to be able to cook our own. And really, the reality is it saves you time, it saves you money, it saves your health. Because why? because you're in control of your food and what you put in here. And you don't need any extras in there. Simple is good. Keep it as simple as you can. I'm gonna just stir this around so my long rice gets on the bottom and it mixes up. Okay, and I'm gonna bring it lower so you guys can see. Yeah. Oh, this is actually really pretty, guys. I'll come down in. Hold on.
By soaking your long rice, I mean your rice noodles,
Yes.
that helps so that the noodles don't soak up all the broth.
Right.
If you do want more broth, then of course you can add more broth inside.
Yeah.
But try to soak the noodles beforehand so that you guys can have a little bit more broth and it's not soaking all the broth up. I personally add my tofu in already because I like my tofu. If you have medium to medium or firm tofu, it won't break down as easily as this if you had the soft tofu. But yeah, I just want to mention that as a side note for the noodles.
Okay. So definitely, I like my tofu warm too. So I'm just putting it on. I'm gonna show you a finished product here and take a picture because I like everybody see. But if you can see our pot, one moment, please. Let's not burn my arm on the stove. It's like, can you see it, Pu'uvai? All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it looks really good. It smells really good. I'm just gonna let it heat up just a bit longer. I think why it's taking a little bit longer is because this is empty. So I'm putting in a new bottle. So I'm like, why isn't it up to boil yet? And that's because my gas is running out.
Another thing I did put in the chat for you guys, if you guys want to screenshot the chat, because there is the recipe on there also. I did put it on the group, but if you want it to be, some kimchis are a little bit more waterier than others. So I think the brand that mom got tonight actually is pretty good because I'm trying to look at it and I think it's pretty potent. It looks pretty potent. But if you guys really want that kimchi taste, what you can do also is add extra kimchi paste inside, and that will make it a lot more kimchi flavor. I know some people to add that really like a lot of Napa cabbage, to add Napa cabbage, but then I would add a little bit more kimchi paste to it. So it's however you want it, and it really is a wide range of what kimchis you get too. So keep that in mind. Some are very light and to me watery, but it's very light, and then others are kind of more potent. That's why we actually like using homemade kimchi because it's made by somebody, well, my sister, that makes it really good. So she can make it a little bit more potent, or she makes it with a lot of ginger in it.
Yes.
So
really
that's the other thing.
Yeah. I did use the House Foods tofu. It is a medium firm. Now they have extra firm, they have all the different ones, but this medium firm is pretty firm. So, alrighty, is there well, that's all. I'm going to just wait for this to boil. Yeah, I was waiting for that click. I was like, where is that click? So, and it'll be warm enough for us to eat. And I'm going to just close out real quick. I'm gonna say that thank you, Puvai, for being on board and helping me out here. And right now, that's pretty much yay. That pretty much
Sorry.
that's it. Very short and sweet tonight. A one pot meal. Don't need any rice with this. Don't need any extras. It's just all you need. All you need is your bowl. All you
Guys,
need-
I don't know how much times I stress this, but that bowl is so wonderful. I love that bowl so much. And every time someone's like, oh, should I get that? I'm like, yes, because it is such a great bowl. It's your perfect soup bowl. It's a perfect poo-poo bowl. If you have a lot of guests over, if you want to put your poke in, you can stick that in the freezer to make it chilled. It's a great, great bowl. And then, like Mom said, a good ice cream bowl also. I know people say that bowl is a little bit big for your ice cream, but you can never have too much ice cream. It's a treat. And then what else I was gonna say?
I know that you use it for salsas and hummus and just everything. And it stays colder longer.
Yes,
Put
yeah.
it on a tray of ice, which is really nice. That's how she rolls when she entertains, for sure.
And the other thing before I forget is the mushrooms. We like to put enoki mushrooms inside of our kimchi soup, but the other kind of mushrooms, and I think I wrote this in the chat too, is shiitake mushrooms. You can just slice them up. Those are a good substitute if you like that kind of mushroom. So not everybody likes the texture of the enoki mushrooms. But just remember that you can always switch it up to how you like it. It's Mom. I don't know what Mom's doing.
I'm Snapchat. I'm snapping the chat for my friend in here.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. If we'll take questions after Mom closes out the. She's just gonna press the record button, but you guys can stay on, everyone that's on Zoom, and then you can ask your questions after she presses the stop. But she's just going to close out real quickly for the people that are going to rewatch this later.
So we want to say thank you for joining us here at Simply for Health, Saladmaster. And we definitely love to do these one pot meals. We are on a mission, like I said, to see a set of Saladmaster in every home. So we are loving referrals, and then also, before I forget, Armando will be teaching June the 1st, Saturday in June in the dealership. So if you're wanting to lose those inches, if you missed him in April and you're wanting to come for his awesome workshop, I tell you, it was really, really good. You got to save your seat, because the last time we had 25 people come in, and his expertise, he's not charging anybody anything, and he's here to answer your questions for better health, and if you're having trouble with weight loss, but he tells everybody, throw away the scale. Because when you start working out or exercising, you actually gain, because it's muscle. You lose the fat and you gain the muscle. And he'll also go over breathing technique. We've been really talking about breathing, right? And I tell you, I just did a workout with someone, and I came into a full sweat just from breathing properly. So breathing is important. So don't want to miss that workshop. If you missed it the first time, you want to get in on the first Saturday in July. But as far as that, we'll see you next week, Tuesday, same time, same place. Aloha, hui hou. Take care, everybody.